What is good, fellas? And hope you boys are all having a fantastic day. Today we're talking about the brand new NFL Draft Flawless Run mode. Before we hop into anything brand new, we have a few quick small things we do gotta go over. First things first, once again, thank you guys so much for 8,000 subscribers. My 8K giveaway will be ending later today at 7 p.m. Eastern time. I will make sure to pin the link down below if you guys do want to get in. The clock is ticking down. With that all said, let's set a like goal of 160 likes in 24 hours on this video. If we can get that done, I will have a gift card giveaway for you guys. When it comes to the NFL Draft Flawless Run mode, trust me guys, I get it. Everyone doesn't love a draft mode. For me personally, I don't understand why we just can't have something like this permanently in the game. I mean, we did. It was called MUT Drafts, and it was super cool. I get it. EA stopped updating it in the later years that we had it, but when EA was consistently updating MUT Drafts, it was a really cool mode. Hopefully something we see EA implement into Madden 26 is a permanent MUT Draft mode, because I am really having a good time with this. And believe it or not, it is actually rewarding. Now, I get it, this is not the Showtime Showdown, but the pluses on these packs you get for going flawless. I have seen so many people pull champion. I mean, right now alone, the NFL Draft Champions are selling for 500 to 800,000 coins. And the deeper you get into flawless runs, you're gonna pull draft night players. As of right now, we do not know who the draft night players are, or I guess we do know who they are. They're gonna be the first round rookies. I would assume the 99 overall player you get to pick between at your 5th flawless run will be somewhere between picks 1 until 5 through 7. And then the 98s will probably be picks 8 through maybe 15. And then the 97s will be 16 to 32. Of course, EA could switch it all up. The entire first round could be 99. You know, rounds 2 and 3 could be 98, and then 4 through 7 could be 97. Of course, all of our questions will get answered tonight when EA does drop these draft night players into the game. With that said, though, there are still coins to be made. 99 overall players that are going to be limited of some of the brand new NFL players, Travis Hunter, Cam Ward, they're going to be selling for bread. Now, I haven't seen anybody on Twitter who has gone 5-0 5 times quite yet. Let me know down below how many flawless runs do you guys have so far. Even if you don't go flawless, you do get some decent rewards. Bringing it back to Showtime Showdown, if you played any Showtime Showdown, then you know those plus packs. I think it was like 89 plus or 88 pluses. People were pulling champions left and right out of those packs. I mentioned it before, and I'm going to mention it again. People are pulling champions out of these 90 plus packs at 3 wins, 28,000 coins. Like, it's not the craziest amount. You probably want to see like 35 to 40, but we'll take it. 2 wins, you're making 13,000 coins. 1 win, 4K. 0 wins, 100 coins. But this mode is completely free to enter in. When it comes to actual gameplay, you have 4 2-minute quarters. So the games are very quick. Of course, you do have to draft an actual team. When it comes to the game, there is no matchmaking skill gap. So you could, skill gap against somebody who literally just installed the game today. Or you could play against the greatest player of all time. When it comes to queuing up against bad players, I highly recommend playing this mode on the weekend. I also would recommend playing it after 3:30 to 4 p.m. when most people are getting out of school. I'm not saying if you play after school, you're bad at the game, but historically, the more people that are playing, the more likely you are to queue up against somebody who is bad. I would really recommend you guys play this game mode Friday, Saturday, Sunday to really lock in and get those 5 flawless runs. I sort of mentioned it, but these game modes are quick. 2-minute quarters, so clock control is key. That part is very similar to the Showtime Showdown modes. You want to have the ball, you want to have that final possession. Now, when it comes to drafting, the first round of the draft is going to be a playbook round. If you draft a playbook that you don't enjoy, I mean, fellas, you should just immediately quit out. You want to have plays that you are comfortable running with. As quick and as fast as these games are, time does add up. So if you're running with a playbook that you don't like for like 2 games, but you're playing people who aren't that good, by the time that 3rd game does come around and you're running with a playbook you don't like, you play somebody who's pretty good, it's just wasting time. And again, in this mode, the games are quick, but the time will add up. And when it comes to getting 5 flawless runs, you want to be as efficient as possible. Now, I'm going to hop into a draft right now. I'm going to walk you guys through my mindset on what I would pick, what I look for. Right off rip, I don't love any of these playbooks. And we did talk about clock control earlier. The Chargers do have some good run plays, so I am going to go with the Chargers. So now that I took a run-heavy playbook, I am going to look to draft a good running back. By the way, one of the bigger bugs in this mode is you sometimes get 2 quarterback rounds. EA, let's get that fixed. When it comes to this quarterback round right here, I don't want to go Joe Burrow. He's not slow, but like 88 speed. Jameis Winston is cool, but Randall Cunningham is clear-cut the best option. So I'm going to go with Randall Cunningham right here. Getting a good quarterback is important. I probably should have mentioned this earlier, but if you get a quarterback that you do not like, quit out. My very first run, I went 3-0 with left-handed Michael Vick. If you guys know me, I do not like left-handed quarterback. And so because of that, I got to the 3rd or 4th game, and I got absolutely clapped because I cannot play with left-handed quarterback. So if you get the most important position, which I believe is your quarterback, and you don't like the quarterback that you have, restart the run. Same thing goes for playbook. The rest of the positions, like, you can restart your run. But if you have a good quarterback and a good playbook and probably a good running back or a double me wide receiver, you're really set. Now, when it comes to this round right here, I'm not taking Shiggy. I probably won't go Adam Thielen. There are better running backs, but to play it safe, I'm going to go with Jamal Williams right here. More of a power back. We'll have to wait and see how the rest of the draft goes. This round is interesting. I wouldn't go Allen. We just took Jamal Williams. I do like this Chris Godwin. There are a lot of really good tight ends in the draft, so I'm going to go with Chris Godwin. He doesn't have double me. I'm pretty sure the only double me wide receivers is Calvin Johnson. I think Marvin Harrison is in here. The only abilities that you're going to get are baked on abilities. None of these cards have baked on abilities. If you get a round with, players with baked on abilities, I would recommend you guys go there. Right here is where things get a little bit annoying. I got Jukebox on Anthony Edwards, but I took Jamal Williams. Yes, Anthony Edwards is probably the better play here. That actually might be where I go. The good thing about Anthony Edwards, and I guess on this specific draft right here, right off rip, I'd probably reset this run. The good thing with Anthony Edwards is he can also play wide receiver at that 6'4", 80-something catching. This round right here, you're going to go with the clear-cut best player, London Fletcher, 99 overall middle linebacker. Kind of going back to like the cool part about drafts. Why is Sauce Gardner a gold card? Okay, that's weird. I'm going to go with Sauce Gardner. The cool part about these draft modes is you get to use players you wouldn't typically get to use. Like, I'm not using whatever Sauce Gardner that was. I mean, that's another reason why I want to see EA bring some form of a draft mode back into MUT. Now, this defensive line round right here is not good. I'm going to go with best player available in Kobe Turner. I will 100% be resetting this mode. And this right here is the issue of getting 2 quarterback rounds. It really doesn't matter what you pick here. I'm going to go with highest overall. Pastronaut is not going to play for me. And then the last round I get is round 9. And yeah, this is one of the worst runs and worst drafts I have, I guess, just had so far. I have a decent overall, but the players I have, I am not happy with, so I'm going to go search for a game, and I'm going to immediately leave. I'm playing against a kid who has Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams has been the best quarterback I've used in this mode so far. Only reason I bring it up is because I also played against Anthony Richardson earlier today. He was also very good. There are a few good quarterbacks. There are also a few, like the Pastronaut. If you end up with a Pastronaut, that should be an auto reset for you. I'm trying to figure out the earliest you can leave a game. I would assume it's after the kick return. Please don't score on me. Gonna spam my quit, go down there, concede defeat, and this is how you reset your run. All right, so I'm gonna go through draft number 2 right here. I don't know any of these offensive playbooks, but I have heard good things about the Patriots, so we are gonna go Patriots playbook right here. And then round 1 is the quarterback round. The best quarterback right here is probably Josh Allen. Even though Eli Manning does have that baked on ability, I don't like slow quarterback. Josh Allen has 95 speed. Jalen Hurts, I cannot stand his animation, so I'm gonna go with Josh right there. Out of those 3, I do think Josh is probably the go-to option. This is one of my favorite cards I've gotten to use so far. Colby Parkinson, the head-to-head rank reward player. He has tank and red zone threat baked on. And again, anytime you have baked on abilities, those are the only abilities you can have in this mode, so take the baked on abilities. He is also the clear-cut best option. Nick Chubb is cool, but there are better running backs you can potentially get. Wide receiver and I guess running back round and tight end round, I'm gonna go with Marvin Harrison though. Best option, best overall option, as well as just like, I don't want to use any of these other players. We really haven't gotten that like one game-breaking card. I really want to get like one of those Snoop Dogs or one of those double me wide receivers like we've been talking about. If you do get a double me wide receiver, just chuck it to him going down the sideline. It is a little bit broken. This offensive round right here, I already have a tight end. I already have a wide receiver. I want to play it safe and draft Saquon Barkley. Team of the year Saquon. I haven't used him yet, but I mean, it is a pretty good player. Linebacker round, we're going to go with Lance Briggs. He's going to be my user. He has baked on Lumberjack, which I guess is cool. DB round right here, the best play is going to be Kyle Hamilton for his size. I also like Kyle Hamilton because you can use her on the card if you want to. Having a decently good user is important. The defensive line round, I don't love any of these plays right here. Kyle Vanden Bosch is solid. I will go with best player available in Eric Armstead. It's kind of important to have good defensive tackles because you are trying to, control the clock, and I'm sure people are also trying to control the clock, so maybe going DT there would have been a better play. Because none of those players in that round were game-breaking. When it comes to the second quarterback round, I don't care who I pick here. The Michael Vick is terrible. Like, unless you like lefty quarterbacks, which how many of us actually use a lefty quarterback? I'm gonna go Jake Plummer just in spite of Michael Vick. And then the final round is a little bit of everything. And this is I've gotten 2 really bad drafts. I'm probably going to go with, I don't have a DB yet, but I do have Ed Reed and Kyle Hamilton. I'm going to go with Xavier McKinney. And this is the round. We got a 91 defense, 93 offense. This would probably be a team I try to give it a shot with just for the sake of the video. We're not going to do that right now. That all said, boys, is going to be everything we got this afternoon. If you guys have any more questions on like specific draft stuff or what you should be doing, please feel free to hit me up. Let me know. As always, I appreciate each and every single one of you. You guys are not getting a gameplay out of me today. I appreciate you guys. Have a good one. Peace, gents. I'll catch you boys tonight. We'll be streaming on Twitch, by the way, the entire draft, so go check out the Twitch. Link is down in the description.